have other technical difficulties.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Did you join the team link or did you have other technical difficulties?
No, I just used the Zoom link from the calendar
Okay.
invite.
Cool. All right. We were wondering because the invite got sent out accidentally with both. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So we have a quorum. Are we ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay. I will call the meeting to order. And I will start with our land acknowledgement. These buildings sit on the traditional homelands of the 4 bands of the Spokane Tribe of Indians: Upper Band, Middle Band, Lower Band, and Chewelah Band. Since time immemorial, the Spokane Tribe of Indians has lived and cared for these grounds, identifying themselves as flesh of the earth. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. We show gratitude to the land, river, and peoples who have been fishing, hunting, harvesting, and gathering here since for generations. May we learn from one another's stories so that we may nurture the relationships of the people of the Spokane Tribe and to all those who share this land. All right. And let's see, so we have a proposed agenda for the meeting. Are there any changes or updates to that?
No.
Okay, all right, we'll proceed with the agenda as presented then. We have, first item is the approval of the December 2021 board minutes.
I move that we approve the September 21 board minutes.
All right, can I get a second?
Aye.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, the board minutes are approved. And now we have approval of the December 2021 bills and contributions.
I move that we approve the September December bills and contributions in the amount of $2,664,321.63.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. And there is no financial report for this month. So we will move on to the bond construction update.
You caught me off guard there.
I know we moved pretty fast up to you this time.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so phase 1 projects are wrapping up. We've got a little bit of closeout left to do. Downtown library is moving forward. I don't know if you saw the pictures, they've got carpet going in now. So it's really starting to take shape. Phase 2 projects are going to go out for bid this month on the 26th, and we'll get bids back in the middle of February. So hopefully we'll get good bid results and we'll be off and running. That's the update. It's pretty short this month. Any questions?
Which are the pictures of the cafe? Is it number 4 and number 5 on the list there? Do you have it in front of you?
Yeah, I do. I just have to scroll down a little bit. Yeah, that's the cafe.
The cafe, okay.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun.
Any other questions?
And after we, if we have a successful bid opening and acceptance, how long will it take before we can start work?
Usually takes 2 or 3 weeks to get the paperwork taken care of.
Any other questions for Matt? All right, well, thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
And now we have the chairman's report, and there is no chairman's report. So I will turn it over to Andrew for the executive director report.
All right. Thank you, Laura. Good to see everyone here in the new year. We have off to another running start this year. You can't tell it from the meeting today with the lack of agenda items, but you'll make up for it in February, I promise. We did start the year out touring the Central Library with new council member Zapone and his legislative assistant. Feedback was very positive. They were very excited about the new features going in at the downtown library. As far as programs go, we did end up canceling 2 events at the Hive this month just due to the ever-present Omicron variant in our community. So we hope to return to that quickly after this next surge. Our star spotlight went to Becky Mikulski as part of our folio rollout, which did have some issues. That's okay, they were expected. She really stepped up and helped us with our one of our issues with holds, just jumping right in, saving a lot of headaches on behalf of both staff and the public. So really appreciate her willingness to dive in and problem solve with us. This year, we're going to see a lot of hiring. So Alan has started to get going on recruitment processes for staff. And these are both vacant and new positions that we'll be hiring. So we're super excited to be adding some new staff to help us in our mission. And we've also reviewed our operating capacity just in light of the Omicron variant. We feel really lucky that we have some additional capacity and ability to apply some creativity to our operations with our piloting self-service hours. So our plan is to utilize that model to our benefit, the public's benefit. And if we are down to 2 staff members at a facility, that's what we will turn to, is more of a self-service model. Closing down facilities due to staff getting the virus would be a last resort. So if it gets below 2, that's our shutoff for operations for the facilities. So, always looking at that, always looking at how we can operate and how we can be flexible in our operations. And, hopefully this will go quickly and we can still offer service safely and still be that benefit for the community. We do continue our contract negotiations with Library 270. Jim has been an active part of that. So there's just a few items that we're negotiating at this point, and we'll see where that goes. And I did want to call the board's attention to a facilities update. I sent this out in email as well, just giving you a summary of what we subtracted from the scope of these new bids. If you read over them, you'll see we're still doing exactly as we had promised to the public. But I just wanted to give you a detail on what is missing from this scope. Still plenty to be proud of. You'll recall that we sort of overshot possibly with this last bid because we were going off of the current market information. And during that time, the market changed and we just weren't able to deliver over and above as we had planned with that bid. Any questions about the facilities or what had been sent out in the email prior? It's the same information. So
I wanted to understand on the items that are related to the meeting rooms. Are these, so you talk about for the under South Hill, 2 large groups remain. Are those new rooms? Still new rooms from what we have now, or was that just we're keeping the old rooms?
those are in addition to the large community rooms. So we're still getting that added benefit of those flexible separate meeting spaces. Yeah, it's just not as many as we were shooting for in that bid.
Okay.
So they still get the children's areas. You still get interior finishes, carpet, all the mechanical that needs to be replaced and should be replaced. That still gets done. It's just some of these little extra finishes and stuff that we wouldn't be able to do. And there are items in there that, you know, we kept as alternates. So if the bids come back or we get a better picture on downtown, which we will, we'll be able to act on those during, you know, our negotiation process. So. Any other questions on those? I just want to take that separately just because there's a lot of info there. Okay. And then finally, just in relation with City of Spokane, our move outs for East Side and Hilliard are closer to completion, probably looking at the end of this month for that to happen. And what that will do is that'll start that's a trigger for our process for the transfer and exchanges of the buildings for the land that we'll be receiving from the city. Mike Piccolo's heavily involved in that, making sure that everything's dotted and crossed where it needs to be. Nicole and I also met with Councilmember Wilkerson. She is the Finance Committee lead with City Council. And given our pending levy expiration in 2024, we felt now was the time to solidify or re-solidify that working relationship and understanding with City Council on what our needs are going to be. So we'll be having some recurring meetings with them over this year and next year, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. Really appreciate their willingness to meet with us. And our new council liaison was also named and voted on by City Council. It will be Councilmember Bingle from District 1, basically replacing Kate. He's not able to join us today. I've reached out. I'm sure he's sort of, you know, drinking from that fire hose that comes with new roles. But we hope that he joins us at the next meeting. I'd also like to do a tour of the Central Library with him as well. We will be meeting with Councilmember Wilkerson and Cathcart at the end of this month for a tour of Central. And if any of the board members want to join or take us up on a separate offer, because it is, like as Matt said, it's getting close. It's getting really exciting. So we'd be happy to share that with you. And finally, this is not on the report, but I just wanted to plant this notion. We've planted this notion before and it hasn't turned out quite well, but we'll do it again. We do have an offer out on our Nevada property. You know, this is 9 years in the making. 9 years in May that we've had this property out there. So Nicole and Mike are working on that, and we will see where that goes. Maybe we'll have something for board approval at the February meeting. Speaking of the February meeting, I would like to possibly either change or add an additional meeting time for next month. February, it's currently scheduled on the 15th. We know that those bids are going to come back. The most efficient thing for us to do would just to meet a week later on the 22nd. I know Jim can't make it, or we could have two separate meetings, one with the regularly scheduled, or we can combine at the next week. I don't know if the board had a preference.
No preference here.
Our Global Credit Union board meeting is on February 22nd as well, from 5 until 6:30, something like that. So if it's before that,
we should be able to complete that at 4 or 4:30. Well, no, not if we change the entire thing. So we'd have to go with a second meeting. Okay. I'll pull you all offline and see what we can get together. Any questions for me?
Yeah, Andrew, I had one question and then one observation. So the two rooms at South Hill and Indian Trail, Will either of those be a so-called quiet room? A quiet study room, or what kind of rooms are we talking about?
You know, offhand, I don't know how many people it seats, but the public can certainly choose to use it as a quiet space. It's not the only one that we really have designated in the system as a quiet room is at Liberty Park. And that's just due to the size and the volume that you have there. But if they want to use them as quiet rooms, they certainly can. And they'll be flexible enough that, hey, if South Hill or Indian Trail decides that, hey, we need a quiet room for 10 hours a day, then that's something that we could evolve that into.
And the other thing I wanted to mention, I guess this is a good time as any to do it, is that Reva Dean, our Northwest Room librarian, is retiring, and I just wanted to congratulate her on her retirement and to say that she has been, as somebody who uses the Northwest Room a lot, she has been a wonderful resource and a great, wonderful librarian and a good representative of our library, and we wish her well.
Thank you for that, Jim.
Certainly. All right, any other questions for Andrew? Okay, so now we move on to the communications report. Oh, well, there's a council liaison report, but I'm assuming there is no council liaison report tonight. So communications, you're up, Amanda.
All right. Hi, everybody. So we enjoyed, I don't have a very detailed report for you tonight. So we enjoyed a tranquil end to the year after an extremely productive 2021. And we're now in the midst of making our plans and setting our goals for 2022, which I think is going to be another pretty exciting year with Central opening and basically just trying to get through this Omicron wave healthy and safe. So but to recap December, we released our best of 2021 staff picks book list, which is always really popular. We focused on folio communications, both internally and externally. And we started our Around the World in a Bowl of Soup series that's on YouTube with local chef Ricky Webster, and that's produced by Jin Moses. The first one features I believe a student from WSU teaching about how to make a Mexican soup. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you check it out. And there'll be 3 or 4 more soup episodes coming soon, which are great for this winter season. Our social media stats look really great this month because of the paid media campaign we've been running with the Woodshop, which of course you're familiar with. And so you'll see a 91.3% increase in awareness and impressions on Facebook. So nice to see the return on the investment there in those impressions. And YouTube views are holding steady for us. We kind of see a similar amount of views every month. And so that's nice. Continuing to see a mild increase in followers there every month as well. So even though we're, however far we are into the pandemic, the YouTube programming is still drawing people's attention. So that's nice to see. And our top videos of the month were Ask an Emergency Preparedness Expert, 2 of them, 2 topics on that. And then the History of Liberty Park, which was an excellent video that Reva produced, just one of her last videos. And that's been really excellent and very popular. And then the always popular Finding Your House History Online videos that Reva produced again. So again, congratulations to Reva on her retirement. And those were great legacy videos that I know people will watch for years to come. So just one more indication of her impact on us. And on earned media, there was one lovely article in early January about Sean Brigman, one of our artists in residence, and it included some mentions of the Hive, which were really nice as well. And that is my report for today. Are there any questions I can answer for you?
I don't have any. Oh, thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
All right. So now for new business, we have director compensation. And are we going into executive session for that?
Yes, we should.
Okay.
And we would like to have Alan join us.
Yes.
How do we do this?
Yeah, you'll be sent into another room, I believe, by the magical Terra. And you just need to state how long you want to take.
Let's say 10 minutes. Does that sound right? It always takes us a little longer than we think, but 10 minutes should be plenty.
All right, we'll go into executive session for 10 minutes. Stay tuned.
Okay.
So now we hit the breakout room button.
I don't know. I don't see that.
Well, that didn't take 10 minutes, but we're back.
All right. Oh, and Andrew's back too. Okay, are we ready to continue? All right, looks like everybody's back. I believe that Nathan was going to present the motion.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that the board discussed Andrew's performance evaluation over the course of the last year, and how successful the communications and construction and performance of the overall work of the library has just been remarkable. So I move that we increase the library director's compensation by 3.75% effective December 26, 2021.
I second that.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right,
Thank you very much.
passes. Congratulations, Andrew. It's been.
Thank you, Andrew.
Appreciate it. You know, you guys have a really great team here at Spokane Public Library, and I couldn't be prouder of the work that they've done over the past few years. So it's a great team to be a part of. And yeah, it was a banner year last year, and we're looking to finish it up this year as well. So thank you.
All right, so are there any additional agenda items that we need to cover today? No. And then were there any public comments that we should hear?
I checked before the meeting, but let me just double check. No.
All right, so our next regular meeting is scheduled for February 15th, 2022, but that might be subject to change with the deferral for the bid.
Yeah, or we might just add a quick one the week later, which might be better just as far as the actual, you know, there's a lot of agenda items. So
Yeah. You need to make sure you can get a quorum for that second one, though.
yep.
Yeah.
I'll send that out.
Okay.
I can definitely do it at 4:30. Like I said, I just have to be available for our board meeting at 5.
Okay. Yeah, and we can even bump that to like a 4 o'clock just to give you plenty of time.
Sure, not a problem. I'll be right here.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so we will plan on the regular meeting on the 15th then. And we already did our executive session, so I think we're ready to adjourn unless anybody has anything else for the good of the order. All right, we're adjourned at 5 o'clock.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
See you all soon.